Welcome back. Let's continue this discussion. I'm often asked, well, what happens if I refuse to pursue other income or alternatively, I'm denied those offsettable benefits? The disability insurance policy will generally permit a disability insurance carrier to reduce your disability benefits by the receipt of other benefits, such as the PIP benefits, workers' comp benefits, personal injury settlement, or Social Security benefits. But if you say, I'm not going to apply for those benefits and I'm not going to sue the liability carrier and they can't take an offset, well, guess what? The insurance carrier has the right to take an offset for benefits that you would have received or that you're eligible for if you had pursued the claim as required by the terms of your disability policy. And most courts have held, even though you may not pursue other income benefits, those are offsettable. So you just can't say, I'm not going to apply for these benefits or I'll do it after my disability case is settled. No way. Courts aren't going to let that happen. So what happens if you do follow through and you apply for these benefits and the claim for benefits is denied? Well, most disability policies require that not only you apply for your PIP benefits, your workers' comp benefits, or sue the tortfeasor that caused your auto case, and follow through the Social Security claims process. In fact, you're generally required to follow the claims process through the logical conclusion, including a hearing. So it isn't enough that most disability policies will provide that if you don't apply for benefits or workers' comp benefits or follow through the process, the carrier is still going to have the right to offset your benefits by the amount of whatever benefits you would have received had you complied with this policy provision. Remember, the operative language in these policies is received or eligible to receive. Well, I'm often asked, well, how can I minimize the impact of an offset for PIP, workers' comp, or personal injury settlements? You need help to do that, I think, because you've got to go back again to the policy language. And often I'm helping your attorney address these issues. Let's start out again by looking at the policy. What does the policy say about offsets? Does it say, hey, we, the disability carrier, can reduce your disability benefits only for money that you received for lost wages, like personal injury protection benefits, PIP benefits? Or it might say, we can only reduce your long-term disability benefits for monies paid for the receipt of lost wages or a loss of earning capacity, such as workers' comp benefits. Or it might say, only the money paid in a personal injury settlement for lost wages or lost earning capacity are offsettable. Or it can say, the greedy clause, which I call, we're going to offset everything because you got money and medical, including what you paid your attorney, because we're greedy pigs and we want it all back. I hope that you don't have a greedy pig provision in your disability policy. You need to understand that ignoring the impact is not going to make this problem go away. And the reason I say that is that if you don't deal with this issue in your settlement documents by, if possible, allocating monies to past medical, future medical, rehabilitation expenses, past compensation benefits and future compensation benefits, the long-term disability carrier is going to figure it out themselves. And many times they will offset future benefits by the receipt of these other income benefits. And I'll talk about that in my next segment about how they do that. But you need to understand that if you don't deal with it up front, the impact could be that the carrier is going to say, okay, well, you are entitled to your benefits, but you owe us money for the back offset and you owe us money for the future offset. So we're only going to pay you, if anything, $100. In fact, we may not even pay you anything till we get back every dime, in fact, every penny that you owe us. So that has a practical impact of no income to you, but it can also have an additional adverse impact on other benefits that you're entitled to, like life and group health insurance. So this is a minefield for unwary policyholders and unwary attorneys who just think they can ignore this and it's going to go away. I spent a lot of time in my practice dealing with smart attorneys who've made horrible mistakes and have not really addressed this issue, and I'm asked to come in and clean up the mess. I would prefer it if you or your attorney contact me so we can deal with threading this needle if possible. Otherwise, again, I get called in to try to clean up a mess. So in conclusion, to figure this out, you got to get the policy or the plan to first see if there's an offset provision. Next, you have to determine what's offsettable that might apply to you. Are you getting PIP benefits because of your auto case? Are you going to have a nice personal injury settlement? Are you collecting workers' comp benefits? Are you getting Social Security benefits, or are you eligible for those benefits? And then we've got to figure out, well, what's the value of that offsettable income? Because we're going to subtract that from your gross monthly disability benefits. And if you've got a workers' comp PIP claim or a PI claim, you should be talking to your attorney immediately about offsets. And that may not make them happy, because that's going to destroy, in their view, the value of the case. And they may say, well, I don't want to handle the case. And you need to know that up front, because you don't want to be finding out at the very end of the case that there's no value to the case, or that the attorney is going to take a big attorney's fee and costs, and you're left holding the bag. And if your attorney blows this off, call me. Obviously, you have to understand how offsets can impact other benefits like group health or life, because you don't, again, want to be holding the bag with no disability benefits and losing your group or life insurance. In the next segment, I'm going to do some myth busting. So what's the myth we're going to talk about next? My disability policy will provide me with financial security if I'm disabled and unable to work. Stay tuned.
Are you a professional with questions about your individual disability policy? You need the Disability Insurance Claim Survival Guide for Professionals. This book gives you a comprehensive understanding of your disability policy, with tips and to-dos regarding your disability application that will assist you in submitting a winning disability application. This is one you won't want to miss. For the next 24 hours, we are giving away free copies of the Disability Insurance Claim Survival Guide for Professionals. Order yours today at disabilityclaimsforprofessionals.com.